Hello everyone, and welcome to Net 1. My name's Jenna, they, them, and I'm the Dungeon Master. And we have a great cast of characters played by our amazing players. So guys, let's go around and introduce ourselves.
Hello, I'm Peach, she, her, and I will be playing Aelar, a moon elf Bladesinger wizard.
Alright, thank you, Peach. Declan?
Hello, I'm Declan, and I will be playing Oswald.
And you're a Gnomeling Sorcerer.
I am.
Yep.
Hello there, I'm Andrew. I'm playing Flopsy, who is a Harengon bard.
Flopsy Lapoose.
Hi, I'm Lauren, she, her. I play Holland, the Harengon Paladin Sorcerer.
Alright, brilliant. So last session was our very first session, and I only went and forgot to hit record. So I'm going to do a quick recap of what happened before jumping into this episode. So we'll just call that one session 0.5. So we began with a Witchlight hand named Holland Vexer. He's a 15-year-old Harengon chilling in a field of flowers outside the carnival grounds. His pixie companion, Skek, returns from his searching, stating that he couldn't find what Holland was looking for. Holland asks him if he'd found a tree that looks worse for wear. Skek nods and takes him to a dying tree. Holland places his paw on the tree and attempts to heal it by calling upon Lyra, the goddess of joy, but nothing happens. Meanwhile, Flopsy, an older Harengon, is working on the cupcake stall just outside of the feasting orchard. He's teaching his apprentice, a human called Winston, how to arrange the cupcakes just right. Flopsy drums up a crowd and some children are instantly drawn in. While he is entertaining his customers, Mr. Witch approaches. Mr. Witch is a humourless, business-like Shaderkai who wears a brown suit with a waistcoat and a top hat and carries a golden watch that he checks constantly. He informs Flopsy that, due to his hard work, he's been promoted from the cupcake stall to the feasting orchard. Not only that, he has earned the day off, and that he has 2 tickets waiting for him at the ticket booth. Mr. Witch remarks that Holland is already 15 seconds late. Holland shows up, and Mr. Witch gives him a stern telling off. Flopsy intervenes by stating that Holland simply can't be late because he has the day off too. Winston is disappointed that Flopsy didn't choose him. Mr. Witch explains that he will concede, as it's actually Mr. Light who's bestowing this great privilege onto Flopsy, and therefore he will not argue about who Flopsy decides to invite. Meanwhile, Aelar, the Moon Elf Bladesinger wizard, and Oswald, the Gnomeling Clockwork Soul Sorcerer, are approaching the Witchlight Carnival. Aelar and Oswald speak to Nicholas Midnight, the elderly goblin ticket man, who is both hard of hearing and hard of seeing. When he recognises them, he reveals that they both already have tickets reserved. Aelar notices Flopsy and Holland approaching and calls them out to Oswald. Aelar and Oswald had previously spoken to Madrick at the Pumpkin Patch, who told them that Eliwick Tumblestrum had informed him of their presence and to ensure that they went to the Witchlight Carnival, which is quite the coincidence, considering that they were going there anyway, and they should meet 2 Harengons and an Air Genasi. Aelar, Oswald, Flopsy and Holland meet and introduce themselves to one another at the gates before entering and meeting Northwind, the treant, with his squirrel pal Red. They attempt to catch seeds, but only Holland catches a sycamore seed. Red also hands a dandelion seed to him. They all go to the carousel, where Diana Cloppington is looking very down. She looks like a centaur, but insists that she is a human who made a bad deal. Flopsy and Holland, who are already on good terms with the unicorns, introduce them to Aelar and Oswald. They reveal that they know the characters have each lost something, and where to find it. Flopsy has lost his sense of fashion. A hag called Endelyn Moongrave stole it, and she lives in a mountaintop theatre and has foreseen her own death, which happens during an eclipse. Endelyn has also stolen Aelar's ability to write. Holland has lost his artistic creativity. It has been stolen by a hag called Scabatha Nightshade, whose lair is a dead, hollowed-out tree in a sylvan forest. She sleeps in a dollhouse and can't remember the first thing she sees when she wakes up. Oswald has lost his ability to smile. The hag that stole that is called Bavlorna Blightstraw, and she lives in a rambling cottage on stilts in a fair swamp. She is allergic to seeing someone run widdershins. Flopsy doesn't quite believe the unicorns, but they insist. After the carousel, they pass the musical Calliope, played by Ernest the Monkey. on the way to the Bubble Pop teapot, and they each give a button to Marigold the Goblin. Aelar doesn't have one, but Oswald gives one to her to give to Marigold. They meet Treacle-Wise, the Goblin, at the Bubble Pop teapot, and impress him with their wordplay. He gives them a bag of Scatterleaf tea each, and stamps their tickets to ride the bubbles. They enter the teapot and emerge out of the top, each one in their own separate bubble. Flopsy and Holland are natural bubble riders, of course, but Aelar and Oswald go floating up into the air uncontrollably and end up landing right on the back of Featherine, the gondola swan. This is at the Silversong Lake. She presumes they're along for the ride and takes them for a scenic float around the carnival's perimeter. She asks them questions such as, "What is time?" and "How do I know you exist?" When they partake in the conversation, she understands that these are inquisitive folk who are interested in thoughtful information, so she sees fit to be an absolute bitch and talk about Candlefoot the Mime's terrible incident. He tried to propose to his love, Palasha the Mermaid, but lost his voice as soon as he was about to, embarrassing himself and Palasha deeply. They haven't spoken since. She also told them about Burley, the Bugbear's brother, having gone missing. Burley the Bugbear's brother, Hurley, having gone missing. When the ride is over, they stop to watch a performance by Palasha the Mermaid herself. She is beautiful and radiant as always, with a powerful voice which reverberates within the giant goldfish bowl that she swims around in. However, from the crowd come several voices shouting horrible things like, "You shit!" and "Ooh, she thinks she's so good." Aelar noticed that a crow-faced person was skulking about nearby in the crowd, and they disappeared into that very crowd, and that is where we last left off. So guys, you've just seen this crow-faced person skulking around through the crowd and they've vanished. It seems when you look around the crowded area, they're no longer there.
Oswald, did you see that crow-faced person?
Yes, I do indeed.
Well,
Wow.
he was very nasty.
Shall we go up to him?
You don't see the crow-faced person anymore. They've disappeared into the crowd.
Oh, bother and befuddle, he's gone.
I just simply don't understand why you would pay to come into the carnival and then do things that are so out of whack with the spirit of this place.
Well, I guess he may just be a bully.
Well, here's hoping we don't run into him again. What say we all try and cheer ourselves up? What was the next place that we wanted to go to?
Well, grrr, you hear Aelar's tummy rumble. Well, I am a little bit hungry. Maybe we could go to the feasting orchard.
Well, that's a marvellous idea. Since we're so close, I was going to say about checking in on Winston anytime soon. I do hope he's got some brilliant ideas brewing in his brain. I asked him to make a competition, and, well, I'm excited to see what he's come up with. Would anybody like a cupcake?
Only always.
Well,
I agree, Holland. Only always.
I suppose it's fitting that everybody follows me. Well, the first time leading customers to my feasting orchard. And
You'd be very
Flopsy.
proud.
Oh, I'm beyond proud. He leads them all to the feasting orchard.
Alright. So, music and mirth radiate from this park. The heady scents of flowers, mead and berry pie waft through the air. Stilt walkers pluck fruit from trees. Musicians drum, pipe and strum. And everywhere there is singing, dancing, and an inordinate amount of custard. You also see a familiar face standing next to the stage area at the back, looking extremely grumpy and absolutely done with life in every single way, shape and form, is Thaco. You recognise him, Holland and Flopsy. It's Thaco himself. And he seems to be sort of standing near the stage edge, hurrying up the performers when they've finished.
As we're at the entrance of the feasting orchard, Flopsy locks eyes with Thaco from across the way and just kind of leans into Holland. They gave it to Thaco. Why is Thaco running my feasting orchard?
Your feasting orchard?
You also see Winston standing awkwardly at the cupcake stand.
Well, it is my feasting orchard, but obviously they gave me today off, so I think they've put some measures in place to... Why is it Thaco? I simply must go and see how this is going down. I'll check in with Winston in a minute. I just want to go and see that everything's running smoothly, you know? First day and all.
Ugh, do we have to?
Oops.
I really don't like talking to Thwacko, you know that.
Well, I suppose that you three could go and check in with Winston for me, and I'll join you. Yes, I'll go and see that everything's going swimmingly, and then you guys don't have to ingratiate yourself with Thaco if you wouldn't want to.
Well, what's wrong with Thaco?
Well, he's really not too bad. He just seems to be a little bit dour sometimes, a little bit, he isn't as sweet as the people you've met so far from the carnival.
He's horrible. He tried to crush Skek, and I will never forgive him for that.
Sounds like a right fella.
Well, it sounds to me like you Witchlight hands, you don't want to talk to people unless they're happy. I'll come with you, Flopsy. Maybe we can turn that frown upside down.
Well, marvellous. I don't know if Thaco has ever met someone quite like you, Aelar, so maybe we can make Thaco have a bigger smile than usual, yes?
Let's do it.
Flopsy approaches up to Thaco.
Thaco has been squinting and maintaining eye contact with you, and as you approach, the squint gets harder. He takes a puff from his pipe and blows it in your direction, and thick plumes of purple smoke come out, and as it hits your face, it goes up your nose, makes you tickle, that nose tickle a little bit, you want to sneeze. It's intoxicating.
What does it smell like?
It smells like burnt hair.
You know, Thaco, they have these marvellous things you can put in your pipes nowadays. I mean, I don't really partake that often, but they can often taste like fresh frosting and berries.
What the fuck do you want, Flopsy?
I didn't really want a nose full of that stuff. I just want to know what's happening with the feasting orchard today. Is everything
My name's
going swimming?
Aelar.
And this is my new friend, Aelar.
This is Mariella, so holding up my chicken.
It's bad enough that I've got to watch your, orchard. But now you're going to tell me how to do it?
Well, no. I was more going to inquire as to how you were doing it currently. I didn't have any criticisms as of yet. I may have some criticisms, but how is it all going? Is everybody in high spirits? Is everybody joyous? And he's looking around at everyone in the orchard. What kind of faces do they have? Is everyone...
Everybody is having such a great time with the performers. They've not even noticed shadowy Thaco leaning against the side of the stage.
Okay. Flopsy's smile gets a little bit wider. Well,
They look very happy.
Indeed they do.
Everybody's so happy.
Are you not happy?
I'm ecstatic. Can't you tell?
Oh, well, that's amazing.
Who
glad to hear that.
Flopsy, who is this?
Well, this is my new friend and esteemed guest of the carnival, Aelar.
Great. So I guess you're back to take your post. I'll just leave. Obviously don't
actually,
want me here, so
Thaco, no, I actually want to give you an esteemed thank you for helping to run my feasting orchard on the first day. I've actually been given the day off by Mr. Light and Mr. Rich.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm here. You think it's going to run itself?
Well, no, but I do think that you deserve a very fine thank you. Have you even had your time on stage yet?
Are you kidding me?
Oh, think of it, Thaco. You get up on the stage, everyone here, they've got such beaming smiles, they'll be clapping for you, cheering for you, don't you want
I'm already... Flopsy, stop. I'm already done with you. He sort of leans back against the stage and closes his eyes as though that's going to make you disappear.
Well, I suppose I'll find a way to thank you in your own way, Thaco.
Meanwhile,
good luck for the rest of the day.
There's a goblin on a unicycle juggling at the same time on the stage, and he's sort of running over the boards, like... Thaco looks at a little watch on his wrist and sort of bangs the side of the stage. The goblin on the unicycle sort of hops a little bit and just sort of awkwardly bows at everybody, and they all cheer and, yeah, woohoo! He just sort of looks over at Thaco and just sort of shamefully leaves the stage. Thaco's like, next! Well, next! And he looks around and there's not many people willing to go up there with Thaco as the manager.
Is there a lot of people that haven't gone up, Thaco? Anyone you could point to who looks especially creative that just hasn't gone up yet? Or has everybody had their turn already? Has it been a swell day?
Listen, if these attention seekers want to seek attention, they can do that on their own. I'm just here to tell them when to get off.
Well, that doesn't really do. Well, before I do this, Aelar, would you like a go on the stage?
Me? Well, what would I have to do?
Oh, anything you want. The feasting orchard it's more than just a feast of the belly or anything like that. No, you could do anything you want. You could juggle, you could sing, you could dance, you could oh, the possibilities are endless. You could go up there and paint a picture. As long as it's it doesn't even need to be a great picture. Everyone will cheer for you at the end anyway. I'm sure it will be great, whatever you do. What are you good at?
Well, I'm good at talking from the heart.
A rousing speech to make the hearts swell of everyone sitting here. That doesn't sound like a bad idea.
And I can make it rhyme too. I can make it rhyme too. In fact, I could do some slam poetry for you right here, right now. Or right there, right now, actually.
Well, it seems you've got this covered.
Well...
While Thaco goes for, I'm assuming, a break, I suppose I'll time you. Go up there and let your heart free.
Okay, but before I start, you need to bring over Holland and Oswald.
Oh, are they going to be part of the performance too? Have you cursed something while my back was turned?
As Thaco left, he did squeeze his eyes at Holland as well.
Ugh. Holland just pokes his tongue out at him as he leaves.
He sticks his middle finger up at her.
Oh, he's so rude.
Well, I haven't been preparing anything, but, I did mention before, I wrote the world's greatest poem. I wrote it in less than 5 minutes.
Flopsy's eyes widen and his smile beams. An improvisational masterpiece. Well, I simply can't wait. And his foot's thumping on the floor. Well, you prepare yourself. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. And I'll go and get Oswald and Holland. Yes. And Flopsy goes to find Oswald and Holland. Are they having a...
Hello, Flopsy.
Hello. Right. I don't know whether you're going to be side stage or on the stage, but Aelar has plans. You see, nobody really seemed enthused about getting up on the stage, so I decided to see if Aelar would like a go on the stage. And she's really excited, but she needs you there, whether it be for moral support or I don't know if you're going to improvise a scene or something. This is all a mystery to me, and it's just wonderful. But anyway, your time is due. Somebody needs to hit the stage right about now.
Oh, we're not getting on a stage. Are you silly?
It's okay, Oswald. You just need to stand slightly next to me.
Oh, come on. You're good at that, Oswald. You're good at standing slightly next to Aelar.
Yeah, I suppose you're right, to be honest.
And you, Holland,
All right,
this could
as
be
long
the
as I
big
don't have to
chance.
speak.
Oh, I'll make sure that you don't have to speak. Holland, you could get some creativity out there. This could be a big chance to show what you've really got inside you. Show those unicorns what for.
Oh, I don't know about that, Flopsy.
Oh, come on, isn't it perfect? We're right across from them. If they see you while they're dancing around in a circle, you just there, throwing it all out. Whatever it is you do, I'm sure it's going to be perfect. Isn't it worth a big old try?
You've certainly taken to this job very quickly. I have to respect it.
Speaking of being very quick, time's a ticking.
Skek flies around you and is like, well, I believe in you.
Well, you probably shouldn't, but thank you.
Oh, that's not the spirit, but hey, it'll work. Come on.
Yeah. So as you're
Flopsy
all...
pushes,
Flopsy pushes Holland.
Holland and Oswald, one hand on each person's back, and he just kind of shuffles towards the stage
All right.
with a beaming smile on.
As you're bounding along towards the stage, all of you, there is a sudden disturbance in the atmosphere. And before you, a lady appears on the stage. She's a short, brown-haired gnome with a lute in her hand. And it's almost like there's a crack in the atmosphere, and she appears with glitter surrounding her, and she looks at you all, sort of alert, and she goes, hi everyone, I'm just wondering if you've seen Felix yet?
Oh, you shouldn't be on the stage. We were about to have these people.
Wait.
Coming up.
Maybe she's about to sing. It's okay if you want to go before me.
Oh, no, I don't have time for that. I just wanted to tell you that Felix is going to be here soon, and everything's going to be okay. You're all exactly where you need to be.
Well, I already knew that.
Okay, as long as everybody knows that, okay? She gives a thumbs up to Aelar.
Aelar, gives 2 thumbs up back.
Thumbs up to Flopsy.
Well, this sounds very reassuring, but also very ominous. Who is this Felix?
I don't have time to explain. They're just going to be your new... Well, She, puts her ear to her lute strings and strums them. And she says, oh, they'll get what for, don't you worry about it. And thumbs ups to Flopsy, very vigorously.
Flopsy just gives a thumbs up while staring forward at them.
Thumbs up to Holland.
Holland's confused, but he would never turn down a thumbs up.
And finally, thumbs up to Oswald.
Oswald continues clutching his books.
She puts that thumbs up even stronger. Come on, you can do it.
And then he does a half-ass limp thumbs up.
Great. We're all on board, and then poof, she just disappears again in a sprinkle of pixie dust.
That was a good performance.
People are cheering. People are excited.
It was slightly avant-garde, but I like the glitter. Sorry, Holland, what was that?
It was very abstract.
Indeed.
I liked the element of audience participation.
Maybe that's something we could introduce more to the Feasting Orchard. People like to feel involved in things. That's a good idea, Aelar.
I don't.
Oh, come on. Get in the spirit of things, Oswald. You're about to be part of the greatest performance of all day. I mean, not to talk down anybody else, but this will be the only performance I would have seen at the Feasting Orchard today, so it's going to be the best performance to me, at least. And you're going to be a part of it. Isn't that magical?
I'm going to be stood there.
Well, you'll stand there better than anybody else could.
All you have to do is stand there and inspire me, Oswald. You are my muse.
Right. I'll do it, but I don't think this is anything exciting.
Right, well, I think if we're going to do a big performance, we should make it feel like a big performance. Just give me 1 second. Flopsy's going to run across the stage, like back and forth, using prestidigitation to put different coloured firework-like glitter in the air. And once enough of a glitter like rainbow is kind of formed across the stage, he'll run back down the side that everyone's on. Right, there you go. It's nice and ready for you. Just announce who you are and begin your performance.
The crowd goes quiet.
Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and others. I am Aelar Rarum. This is my chicken, Marielle. Marielle will do some dancing, although it would probably look like a chicken strutting around, but it's dancing. And this is Oswald.
Hello.
Aelar claps for Oswald.
Flopsy enthusiastically claps as well for Oswald.
The crowd clap.
Oswald takes a bow.
They're all sitting eagerly with wide open eyes.
Aelar plays a C on flute and then takes a few steps around the stage, plays a D, takes a step back, plays another C, and then does a double hop. Now I'm all tuned up. Okay. Let's see what the fates bring me. Ooh. I can feel a poem coming on. I can feel it. Half halfling, half gnome. Where is your home? Where do you lay your pride? Are you sworn to your mother, your father, or another? What is it like where the worlds collide? Is your place in the stars like Venus and Mars, or will the stars' words be denied? For better or worse, be it blessing or curse, destiny leads your stride. Let the fates sing this verse across the whole universe. As they sing, you may derive. Was it chance or more that led us to Madric's door? I'll let you decide. When we're strong and hale or weak and pale, I'll walk by your side. Together we're complete, like the two stinky feet that the boots themselves decried. Through sand and rain, health and pain, I'll be by your side. And then I do about it, Oswald.
The crowd erupts with cheers and claps.
Flopsy wipes a tear from one of his eyes.
Well, that was it. Done.
How does Oswald look?
Amazing.
He's just staring straight into the crowd. Not particularly impressed by the performance.
As you stand there on the stage, there is another disturbance in the atmosphere. The wall behind you, where the red second curtain is, wobbles. The world sort of the back wall sort of like swirls like a spiral. And all of a sudden a boomerang comes flying out and swivels around the feasting orchard. The small wet patter of 100 snails as they all come out onto the stage. A lizard comes flying with its mouth open, lands on the stage, looks around confused and skitters away. And then the rumbling comes. The rumbling of water. Of torrential water. Make a deck save, Aelar and Oswald, whoever's on the stage. Oh, nice. Oswald, nippy.
It's 30.
Alright. Ooh, okay. Alright. So,
I'm not gonna
it's
roll
just
yet.
Oswald and Aelar on stage, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oswald, you're a smart man. You hear this rumbling, and you think, well, best get out of the way. You just hop down off the stage and to the side, but not before a huge gush of water bursts out of the back, flowing down over the stage, onto the audience as they all woof. They get absolutely splashed all over the place, and riding a canoe with a tiny little creature is an air Genasi. Felix.
Flung out of the canoe as they landed. With a faint groan, the air Genasi shuffles from a downward dog position to standing, rather ungracefully, with a chorus of clangs and tinkles from the large array of jewellery, trinkets and the tool belt that they wear. The hair is white, tousled and vaporous. The skin is a pale blue with a silvery sheen depending on how the light falls on them. They smell faintly of morning dew, and a very slight but constant breeze appears to surround them, ruffling and manipulating the colourful, many-patterned fabrics and loose clothing they wear. Their gentle appearance is contrasted with a somewhat brash, heavy leather tool belt, filled with a variety of both useful and ridiculous-looking tools and objects. They wear an array of rings, necklaces, and most noticeably a well-worn-down-looking eye patch, so old and weathered that the pattern on it is barely visible. Clumsily shuffling to their feet like an injured deer. They dust off the clothes and run a hand through their cloudy hair and present the crowd with an awkward, toothy smile. And they say breathlessly, hello, darlings.
Hello,
Who are you?
Oswald. You know who this is?
I'm, Felix. I've come here to fix an object, or perhaps a situation. They pause to take in the surroundings, and their eyes get wider. The carnival. Oh, good heavens, my chicken!
No, this is my chicken. I say, picking up Marielle.
Oh, sweetheart. Your chicken is absolutely gorgeous, but that is not my chicken. I'm looking for my chicken, and I will find my chicken.
Well, what does your chicken look like? Perhaps we can help you find your chicken.
That would be absolutely wonderful, I won't lie to you. I haven't seen my chicken in years.
You haven't seen your chicken in years?
No. We've been separated for a very long time, I'm afraid.
Well, why don't you describe your chicken to me?
Well, he's absolutely beautiful, a grand creature, I must say. He's got a lovely plume of feathers. They're the softest feathers you've ever felt. His name is Mo. That's very important. Remember, his name is Mo.
Remember that, everyone.
He's just simply gorgeous. You'll know him when you see him. I mean, there's no other chicken like him.
Well, I'm sure if anyone would be an expert on finding very handsome chickens, it would be you, Marielle. Wouldn't you, girl? Marielle just sort of weirdly, like, squawks and just looks around, eyes almost popping out of her skull.
Yes, I'm sure. Marielle, is it? I'm sure she can help. I'm sure all of you can help. It's really important that I find this chicken.
Well then, let's get a looking. Where do you think you'd find this chicken, Mo, if we're on first name basis?
Well, I really don't know. It's the last time I saw this chicken. I was a child, really. It was at this carnival, though, and I haven't seen him since. But it's very important that I get him back. I'd almost forgotten about him, really, but...
Well, it seems clear to me. We must go the one place all chickens would love to go.
And where is that?
Well, who knows? That's why we must find out first. Yes, that is right. We must find the location in this carnival where all chickens would go. And then, there we shall find Mo.
All right. Do any of you know where I might find a chicken?
I dare say that if you're looking for something you've lost, there is always
The lost and
property.
found!
There you are.
Yes,
we
I
could
was just
check in
about
with
to
Darla.
suggest that.
What did you say, Oswald?
Fabulous.
Oswald just said that he was just about to suggest it.
Ah, nice.
That's fantastic. I'm awfully sorry about making a bit of a mess of your stage, it appears, as well. I shall try and gather up these objects, maybe. It appears I brought a little friend with me.
The crowd are sort of like looking at their like hands and clothes and things, but they look up and they're like, "Yay!" They love it. They think.
Flopsy starts like clapping and walking towards the crowd. Well, it seems it was a magic trick all along. You see, poetry, words, they can weave through the world and bring people previously unseen in front of our very eyes. And as he's touching all of the people in the crowd on the shoulder, he's prestidigitation in them dry.
Mm. Oh, and they're even happier with that.
The next one. Yeah.
As you prestidigitate, you notice that some of them have like loads of custard all over them, and you sort of clean that off them as well.
Felix is awkwardly trying to drag the canoe off the stage. It's a shame. It's a shame I didn't bring a mop as well.
As you go and grab the canoe, you sort of look inside, and you can see that there is a little creature in there. It's round, it's brass, it's got one big eye, and it looks something like... Let me find it. Just grabbing it now. This. Whoa, that's big. Like this. It has two long legs and no arms, and it's sort of sat in the bottom of the canoe, like rattling around the nose of it.
Oh. Hello. Felix puts his hand out into the canoe. Do you want to help out there, old friend?
It blinks its big eye, looks at you, opens its mouth, you see it's missing a few teeth, and it goes, "Ah!" and hops into your hand.
Felix very gently lifts it out of the canoe and pops it on the stage.
It sort of like clicks and clacks up and down the stage, like wiggling its head to and fro, like, hello.
Is that your chicken?
That is not my chicken, no.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, it doesn't look very chickeny.
What on
No.
earth is that?
Well, I've just been in this, like, tiny sort of place, is the best way to describe it, and there was quite a few of them, but it appears I've brought one of them back with me. Whoops.
What do they do?
Well, it says, a lot.
It's currently hopping around, and on the sort of sides of its spherical face are like two sort of golden, what looks like nuts. The nuts turn, and two really thin, spindly pieces of metal, like needles, pop out of each side and like fling upwards into the air, like extending out into these needle-like wings, and it starts to flutter like a hummingbird, like, and it's just like sort of zipping around, like, it just looks really interested in everything around it.
Well, he's having a splendid time, isn't he?
Ella goes to Oswald at this point. Oswald, have you seen anything like that in any of those books of yours?
Oswald, you wouldn't have done.
I've seen strange creatures, but I've never seen something like that before.
So it's a new mystery.
For me, it is at least, anyway. I think it's kind of ugly. He whispers that.
Aw.
Well, maybe a little bit, but it's its own little guy, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, so, Flopsy, you notice that Winston is at the cupcake stall, but there is a little crowd forming around him. And you can see him like, yeah, try your hand at the cupcake competition. And then you see him through the crowd sort of laugh a little bit as one kid's like, oh no! And he just turns around and he's covered in custard.
Does the oh no sound like happy, or does it sound genuinely repulsed or concerned?
It just sounds like as if you've been like, you know, like in like an old 90s kids TV show where they got gunged. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of thing. Like, they're like laughing and liking it like slime, you know. But yeah. And as they turn around, you see that on the desk is everyone's individual like sort of cupcake piles. And yeah, you see that the person who got custarded is the one who ate the least.
Mm-hmm. Flopsy smiles and kind of bounces over towards Winston. Hello there, Winston. It seems as if you've really taken my idea and ran with it.
Yeah, hello.
How's it going?
What do you think?
Well, everybody seems happy so far. I think you're doing a pretty good job so far. I was a little bit distracted by Thaco running the stage, but it seems like the Feasting Orchard is off to a thrilling start with me as the manager.
Yeah, it's fine. Flopsy, I found a bunch of these in the back, and he reaches down and lifts up a portion into his hand, and you look down like the back of the table, like behind the table, and you see that he's got like a cardboard box full of these blue potions, and he says, yeah, they're invisibility potions. I thought they'd be a good prize.
Invisibility potions?
Yeah. So if you win, you get one of these, but if you lose, look at him. And he looks at the kid who's full of custard. The kids are all laughing at each other and stuff.
Well, I do like the penalty, but do you not think it's a little bit much to be giving invisibility potions to children in a carnival? I mean, Durla could end up having 40, 50 children running around looking for their parents because they can't be found.
Well, don't tell anyone, Flopsy, but they only work in the carnival, so they can't go far.
Okay, it still seems like a bit of a strange prize, Winston, but how many winners have you had so far?
Well, a couple. It's not been long. Are you and your mates gonna have a do? Is Holland gonna have a do? I wonder if Holland will get custard on him.
Well, I could always see. I've seen Holland eat many a cupcake. I don't think out of all of us, Holland will be getting custarded. Actually, he leans in a little bit. If you did want to partake in a little wager, so to speak, my bet would be on Oswald to get covered in custard.
I am not getting covered in anything today.
But you did say yes to eating a cupcake, didn't you?
I was just stating a fact. I am not to be covered in custard. Please. I have my books. I have cleanliness. I do not want that to be taken away from me.
Well, it's only custard.
What's been taken away could always be given back. I could clean off your books if they get even a speck on them.
But the pages will get soggy. It's beyond cleaning, it's damage.
I'll hold your book for you.
No.
Well, what about Marielle? Marielle can hold your book for you.
I don't trust anybody holding my book.
Not
I've
even your best friend?
No.
I've got a rather large bag if you want to borrow it. You know, you might get lost in there, but you can put your books in there. Probably have something waterproof if you want. I'll find something, I'm sure. Have a go. Rather funny to see you get covered in custard, I think.
I will not be covered in... How do I avoid getting covered in custard? Please let me know.
Well, it's simple. You simply eat more cupcakes than all of us.
Do I look like I can eat as many cupcakes as you guys? I'm 3'10".
The perfect height for eating cupcakes.
I've got high blood sugar.
Well, I'm sure we can bake up a few reduced sugar cupcakes, couldn't we, Winston? We cater for everybody at the Flopsy Turvy Cupcakery.
Oh, so you are keeping my name in then?
Well, of course, Winston. You helped make this stand what it is today. You helped me get to the feasting orchard, Winston. Don't think I'll be forgetting about you now that I'm the manager.
He sort of looks a bit bashful.
Now, be a good sport and go and get some of the diabetic cupcakes, and Oswald will be perfectly fine with those, won't you, Oswald? They taste just as sweet as the real ones.
Fine, but if I get covered in getting custard, I will not be very cooperative.
Don't worry, Marielle will eat it straight up of you.
I'd rather not.
Alright. So who's going to have a little go at the cupcake eating competition?
Holland will.
Holland will.
Aelar will as well.
Holland, Aelar, Felix?
Flopsies, definitely.
Flopsy, definitely.
Oswald will, but he's going to tuck his book in the corner.
Aye. Felix, are you having a go?
I think Felix is just going to try and gather his shit up while everyone...
Flopsy's going to go and approach Felix. You know, I can't think of a better way to get to know a new friend than seeing how many cupcakes we can stuff in each other's mouths.
That is a little bit of a strange proposition, but I mean, I don't know, I'm not much of an eater.
It is very strange, but this carnival is the place of the strange. It champions the strange. And, you know, there was somebody on before you. I don't quite know if it was part of your performance or anything. They did say that Felix was coming, and I think we're supposed to be friends. How did you exactly come here?
It's a little bit complicated, I won't lie. It's hard to explain. It's just sort of what I do. Blink in and out of different planes. That's where I've come from. Some sort of timey one. But it wasn't a performance. However, I'm thinking about it, and I might take you up on the offer, because being covered in custard might not be that bad. Yellow is my colour.
Ah, indeed. Plus, if we're to get to know your story, what makes a story better than being told it over cupcakes? Come on. I've saved you a space.
Okay, I'll give it a go. Why not?
Okay, Winston sort of like pulls out a tray of like kind of a little bit dusty diabetic cupcakes. Well, these are sugar-free ones. Puts them on the side and dusts them off.
Those are for you, Oswald.
And you see that there are 10 cupcakes on each plate. Okay. So the way that this works is you can safely eat 3 cupcakes plus your constitution modifier. I've already worked that all out. So, Winston's like, alright, 3, 2, 1. You all start scoffing up. Aelar, after 3 of them, you start to feel a bit queasy. Oswald, Holland and Flopsy, you're all sort of like racing on together at the same pace, but as that 5th one gets swallowed down, you just, ooh, you get in a bit, ooh. And Felix, you manage to cram a 6th one into your mouth and swallow it. But at this point, I need you all to make a con save. Alright, Oswald picks up another. He's gone for a 6. You've seen Felix has eaten a 6. He's not having that. Oh, Felix is not having it either. He's picked up a 7th. Holland. Oh, that's right. We're going for a 6th for Holland. 14, Aelar, you've got 4 in your mouth. Keep going. Oh, that's a nat one from Holland. Holland, you get custard.
Ooh.
Oh, Winston's like, Aelar, you're on a 5th. Come on, everyone, con saves. 18, Felix, you've got 8. You're in the lead, Felix. Aelar, 4. That's 6 cupcakes so far. Oswald, 7. Felix and Oswald, you're coming to the end of it. Keep going. It's first to 10. Oswald. Ooh, bloody hell. Felix has got 9. Aelar gets 7. Flopsy gets 6. Oswald gets 8. Aelar gets 8. Oh, it's Aelar and Oswald. Oh my goodness gracious. Ah! Right, wait. Stop. We've got Flopsy's on 7. Then we've got Oswald's on 9. Aelar's on 9. And Felix nips in with the 10. Felix scoffs up the last cupcake and just gulps it down. And everybody else gets custard. Custard just splatters all over you. And Felix wins the competition. Winston goes, nice one, mate. Here you go. He picks you up a portion of invisibility, hands it to you. And he looks at everyone else and he goes, haha, it's not that easy, is it?
No.
I didn't want to
Felix.
play this stupid game.
Oh, don't worry, Oswald. I believe, if I can, let me just check before I continue talking. I cast Prestidigitation and clean Oswald up. And then I let Marielle eat the custard off of me.
It's like,
No problem, bestie. Felix, where on the plains, all of the plains, did you learn to eat cupcakes like that?
Didn't really learn, darling. It's just suppose I can eat more than I thought.
No, you didn't even know you could do that.
Neither did I. That custard looks delicious, though.
I put my hand out, like how a maiden puts her hand out to be kissed. I put my hand out to be licked.
Felix takes Aelar's hand and licks right up her palm.
How does it taste?
Pretty nice.
Winston just goes, "Ah."
Marielle eats the rest of the custard off of me, in quick time as well.
So, Flopsy, what do you think?
Well, Winston, I have to say I'm very blown aback. It seems to have gone absolutely perfectly. He drips custard from his nose. My only complaint is you should have given me the less tasty cupcakes, because I was stuck savouring the taste so much that Felix went and beat me at my own stall.
Yeah, every single one of you ate the cupcakes, recalls now, after you were focusing so hard, but the aftertaste of these cupcakes is incredible. Do you want to describe the taste of these cupcakes, Flopsy?
Well, it all depends on the colour. The different colours have different infusions in them of spices, berries, tastes that you can't actually quite identify sometimes. Weird combinations go into them as well, things that you wouldn't quite think to put together. But they're all very fruitful, they're all very moist, and all kind of like something you've tasted before, but you can't quite put your finger on what it actually is. If you've ever had like a white whale you've been searching for with your taste buds, something that you really loved but can't remember what it is, it was in this cupcake.
Those cupcakes were bloody beautiful, I must say.
They tasted just like medicine.
Medicine?
I don't know. That's what they tasted like. I remember once I had medicine when I was very young and very poorly. I had to have a full bottle. Well, I meant to have a spoonful. I got a bit carried away. It tasted very nice.
You shouldn't have more medicine than you are prescribed.
Oh, but I was so young. I was only 32.
Well, she's alright now, isn't she? No harm.
Aelar does like that, like a muscle pause to show off that she's strong.
Yes.
Go on, girl.
Holland, make a perception check, please.
Aye, aye.
Okay. So as everyone's sort of chatting away next to the cupcake stand, you sort of stood looking around, and you see Mr. Witch approaching the feasting orchard through the crowd. You sort of just see his top hat bobbing up and down through people, and he sort of comes to the entrance of the feasting orchard and peeks in there. It looks like he's looking for someone.
And nudge Flopsy.
Yes, Holland?
At the entrance, Mr. Witch. You don't think he's looking for you, do you?
Oh, well, I'm sure he's probably not. It's my day off and all. I think me and you have nothing to worry about.
Skek's eyes widen and he like stiffens up a little bit, and your little pixie flies behind your ears, and sort of sits behind your head and like whispers in one of your ear like, "Oh my god, he's gonna see me."
No, I'm sure it's not looking for you. I bet he's looking for Thwacko. He was supposed to be here after all.
Skek ducks down behind your head as Mr. Witch approaches. Alright everyone, I don't have much time. So, Flopsy, have you decided that your day of fun is over or something?
Oh, no, I just decided to have as much fun as I could in my new playground. And it's off to a swimming start.
Perfect. Holland, he looks directly at you. You feel Skek sort of like trickle down the back of your neck a little bit, like holding onto your fur. Have you seen Skek anywhere?
No, not since I came home.
Well,
He flew off work.
he was due at the snail racing at least 35 minutes ago, and he's not shown up to work.
Oh no, I hope he's okay. I'll go look for him.
Well, at this point, it's becoming a concern. And he sort of squints at you as if it's your fault. Turns around and he says, well, if Thaco's break is over, I best go and get him then. He sort of nods at Flopsy, looks suspiciously at everybody else. Not suspiciously, but sort of like, get out my way sort of thing, and marches away. Skek sort of pops back up behind your ears, and he says, I'm gonna be in big trouble.
You'll be fine. Man, lying's really easy when it's for a friend.
Well, what's gonna happen when I show my face again?
Just say I don't know, Featherine needed your help or something, and you were on the other side of the carnival. It's fine. There's a million excuses. He never does anything.
Are you gonna back me up? I mean, I know you will, but is everybody else? I only just met them. Well, except Flopsy, of course.
Yeah, they won't tell, will you guys?
Your secret's safe with me and Marielle.
What reason do I have to tell?
Thanks. I'm just having so much fun, you know? It's not every day you get to just play.
Well, I agree that playing is important, Skek, but I do agree with Holland that you do need a good reason for not being at work. I mean, Mr. Witch is already on the lookout for you, so if you start thinking up a reason, maybe you can make it the most believable reason, rather than thinking it up on the spot.
Well, like what?
Well, I don't really want to be a party to this, and Holland, I do think that you shouldn't be as well, but...
Aelar puts her hand up.
Yes, Aelar?
Why don't you say you were helping Felix find Felix's chicken?
You think that'll
No.
work?
If you name drop the chicken.
My chicken is very important to me.
If
There
I
you go.
name
A
drop?
VIC. Yeah, like drop the name in there. If you say, oh, Mr. Top Hat and watch in hand. Oh yeah, I was just, looking for Mo. He's a VIC. Very important chicken.
I don't know. Maybe. I'm just gonna hide in your scarf if that's okay, Holland.
Of course, of course.
Alright. And he sort of just burrows down into your little neckerchief. He pokes his head out to have a look where he's going. So where Winston turns to Flopsy and is like, so, how's your day going?
Oh, it's just been simply magical so far. We've been on the carousel. The unicorns did talk their usual rubbish, but it was so fun whizzing around. We flew in bubbles. We landed on Featherine. I simply don't know what to do next. Well, I think we're going to Lost Property, but
Did she have alt to say?
Oh well, you know Featherine. She's constantly talking about other people's business. Is well, I don't mean to speak ill, but she did have some interesting opinions on time, the nature of other things in the world. It did kind of make the ride feel a little bit transcendental, if we say. But
I don't know what that means. But it sounds great.
Oh, well, now we're in the feasting orchard, you'll be hearing all sorts of fancy words in everybody's poems. Your vocabulary is going to be insane, Winston. Well, Featherine did have something to say about Candlefoot and...
Alright, I'm here.
Ugh.
Welcome back, Thako. I hope you enjoyed your break.
He turns to Holland at that. Ugh. What's that?
Ugh.
Some sort of, I don't know, noise you make?
What do you mean by that?
Well, sounds like you're not gonna, say anything interesting.
Ugh.
Sounds about right.
Holland just rolls his eyes.
Anyway, get out of here. I've got jobs to do. He walks over to the little Modron thing which is dancing around on the stage. And he goes, "Will someone get their stupid thing off my stage?" He he swats at it and bats it with his hand.
Hey, you miserable old git.
It goes flying through the air whoa!
Can I try to catch it?
It gets startled and sort of flicks around, and you can try and dive for it, but that's going to be, I'll say, an athletics with disadvantage at the speed at which it gets flung.
Athletics.
Yeah.
17.
Nice, you catch it. It's sort of in your hand a little bit because it's trying to fly.
Oh, don't worry, little guy. I was just trying to... Well, I thought you might get hurt.
Its eyes just looking up and round, and 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and it looks down at you and it's quivering.
No, don't worry. Felix, what should I do with this little man?
Well, I'm not really sure. I can't send him back from where he came from, so let him go, see what happens. Maybe he'll just sort of make a home for himself somewhere, I don't know.
Alright, well, see you, little man. And then I just sort of throw him into the air.
It sort of hovers for a bit, wiggling its wings, and it looks around at everybody really terrified, and just flies up into the air and zips off into the trees.
I wonder if we'll ever see him again. What do you think, Oswald?
He certainly was an interesting creature, so
Isn't it strange? Isn't it strange that of all the days to ever see a creature like this, it's the same day we met, and you still say you don't believe in fate?
Yes. I think this is the day I started doing things that I didn't usually do. Like going off with some new person.
Well, there's always time to make new friends.
Alright,
Yeah.
So, what's your next move? You're all chilling in the feasting orchard. It's still plenty of time to enjoy the carnival. It's about 9:30 PM. And the sort of lights are twinkling in the dark night sky surrounding you. Thako's sort of lumbering some little kids on to sing a choir song.
Could anyone direct me to Lost and Found, please?
Oh, well, we could take you there, yes. If we go past the dragon rides, it'll just be there.
That'll be mighty fine.
Would anyone like to stop at the dragonfly rides before we go there? I'm not sure if this is the time where we want. Oh, not at all. No, they're quite fun.
High up?
Well,
Oswald's a little bit scared of heights.
Oh, well, maybe the dragonfly rides aren't quite for you, but with all of the support of your friends, I'm sure you'd be able to have a little bit of fun.
I'll go straight. Yeah, dragonfly rides will scare me.
Okay, well, we could skip those for now and go straight to Derla at the Lost Property, if that's what everyone wants to do.
I've been looking forward to Lost Property.
Well, after me. And Flopsy kind of bounds from foot to foot, going to Lost Property.
Ugh. There's no other way of walking.
Not like walking, Felix.
Absolutely hate it.
How do you prefer to get around? By canoe?
Anything, really. Not using my feet. I've got a dodgy foot.
I love walking. I've been walking all day.
He walks with a little bit of an exaggerated limp.
Oh, you poor thing.
Thanks.
Outside the lost property wagon is a large feline creature with midnight blue fur. It has a pair of tentacles extending from its shoulders and wears fake butterfly wings. Hanging from its collar is a small wooden keg. The creature roughhouses with two young boys. One boy squeals, "Again, Durla, again!" while the other hangs onto the creature's neck. She bows your head as you approach.
Flopsy takes his hat off and kind of bows a bit towards her. Well, hello there, Durla. Are you having a swell time today? And he goes up and starts like kind of ruffling the top of her head.
Yes, it's wonderful. These children are lost, but they will be found. And she sort of licks one of them's hair, and the hair just sticks up on end.
Do you find lost children here?
They come to me, they are brought to me. And on occasion I have to get up and search them out.
How long have you been working here?
A very long time.
Have you ever lost a child?
At that, she hardens her eyes at you a little and looks over at Holland. Who is this? And why are they so rude?
This is Aelar. We've just met her today. She doesn't mean to be rude. She's just curious. Aren't we all?
I didn't know it was the topic of gossip to discuss Star in this way.
Star? Who's Star?
Well, you must have heard rumours or something.
Yeah,
To
or
merely
something.
suggest if I lost a child is one of the very first things you greet me with. When I have indeed lost my little Star, my cub, my baby.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, maybe we can find her.
He
Him.
has been lost for 4 months, and I am the greatest searcher in this entire carnival. He's gone. And you see that nearby there's a mirrored ball around about the size of a football. And one of the little boys sort of like runs over happily to pick it up, and she growls harshly like meow at him, and he starts to cry and like covers his face and runs away from her. The other boy sort of stands there looking a bit like shocked at this sudden outburst, but she resumes her peaceful seated position on all sixes because she has 6 legs.
Flopsy runs over to the child that was crying and just tries to console him for a few minutes.
Yeah, he's just sort of sobbing into your furry shoulders. Make just a basic charisma check.
That's a 6.
Okay. He does stop crying, but he's terribly upset. And he looks towards her with fear in his eyes. He sort of stands like behind you and holds onto your sort of waistcoat.
She's absolutely nothing to be scared of. She's actually really sweet. She's just going through a little sad time at the minute, but we don't want that to spread to anyone else. I'll tell you what'll cheer you up. There's a cupcake stand just inside the feasting orchard, and he just hustles his cupcakes to the kid.
Yeah, the kid just sort of scurries off to the feasting orchard.
And he returns back.
They should know better. And that ball belonged to Star, and I shall keep it beside me until he is returned. If he is to be returned.
Oh, I'm sure he will. Me and Skek were out looking again for him this morning. He's got to turn up eventually.
Holland, you know as well as I. 4 months. It's a terrible time. He could be on any plane. In the multiverse.
I might find him.
And you are? A glimmer of hope, I suppose.
Planeswalker, darling.
A Planeswalker? She sort of reveals her teeth as she smiles a little bit. Well, you might be awfully valuable to me.
And you might have something valuable to me. Seen a chicken anywhere?
A chicken.
A chicken named Mo.
Yes, there's one
Not
over
this
there.
one. It's not this one. This is Marielle.
This
That's
is some
Marielle.
sort of magic trick.
No, I want my chicken. I lost my chicken when I was a child at this carnival, and I want my chicken.
Well, if you keep an eye out for my Star, I shall keep an eye out for your chicken. In fact, I may even take it upon myself to prowl the perimeter and check.
That sounds like a deal.
Now, if you are to find Star, then I suppose I should give you this. And she nudges ahead towards the mirrored ball. Take this with you. Or perhaps, well, I don't mind if you have to pass it to another person. And she sort of looks at Aelar. I'm not saying that you are the keeper of this ball. I am saying that if you were to find Star, he will remember his mother when seeing it.
All right.
I should hope so anyway.
We'll give it a go.
She sort of licks a pause a little bit and looks over. The other kid that's been scared stiff has sort of just stood and listened to the conversation and sort of understands what's going on, and he sort of runs off to fetch his brother. What do you do?
I go over to Oswald. Wow, I really looked stupid there, didn't I, Oswald?
Yes.
Well, at least I've got you to always say it like it is. I didn't mean what I said like that.
What are your plans, Aelar? Are we looking for the chicken, or what are we doing?
Well, I mean, we could help Felix find Star. I mean, that would make up for what I said, wouldn't it?
I suppose.
Is your head cold?
What?
Well, I was just thinking, I could put Marielle on your head. And I place Marielle on his head.
Also shakes a bit. Try and get the chicken off.
Marielle hops off.
Get this bloody thing off me.
Oh, I just thought you could wear her like a hat.
I say it's quite unusual, but I actually think that very much suited you, Oswald.
I will not wear a chicken as a hat. It's unsensible.
Okay, Holland, were you doing something in the feasted orchard before you came to Dolagron?
No, No.
Alright, okay. So you're all together. Alright.
I suppose we all have a common goal. We want to find Mo, the chicken, and we want to find Star, which we will do. But we still have the whole day of fun as well. It doesn't mean that work and fun can't coexist together. Where does anyone want to go next? Start the search, or go to one of the other attractions?
The Hall of Illusions. Where?
Yes, I think the Hall of Illusions sounds good.
Is that where we all want to go? Holland, do you have anywhere in mind?
Well, where else is there that you haven't been yet?
Well, we can't go snail racing. We'll get in trouble otherwise.
Snail racing's off the cards. Where else is there?
The Hall of Illusions. Aelar repeats.
Well, I suppose the Hall of Illusions is a great place to go next. We have only done about 3 attractions in the whole carnival so far, so the carnival is our oyster, so to speak. Is there anywhere you fondly remember, Felix, from when you were here before?
I mean, it was a long time ago. So, no, not really. A little reminder would be nice.
Well, the Hall of Illusions, I suppose it is then. Maybe that'll get a few of your memories flowing and coming back to you.
Why not?
Well, let's go, Oswald, Felix, Holland, and Flopsy, and Marielle. To the Hall of Illusions.
Are we walking again?
Well, maybe Holland can carry you. He's big and strong.
Yeah, do you want to piggyback?
That would be darling, thank you. I mean, Felix is a skinny little thing, so... He's tall, but gangly. Shouldn't be much of an issue.
He's a twink.
It's a beanpole.
We'll have to take you on the bubble ride. Then you can just float about the carnival instead of walking everywhere.
That sounds divine.
Okay. So, right here, as you approach the Hall of Illusions, you see a wooden mannequin of a grinning, raven-haired young woman in witch's attire and a green flowing cape hovering inside this glass cabinet. At the top of the cabinet, a sign reads, Tasha the Wizard, known for her hideous laughter. There's a halfling couple holding hands as they approach the glass cabinet together. One of the halflings is wearing butterfly face paint. As he drops to one knee and pulls out a small box from his pocket, his sweetheart bursts into laughter and begins rolling on the ground. The halfling in face paint begins sobbing and darts into the Hall of Illusions without getting his ticket punched. Candlefoot sort of like motions over. This is the mime who's all monochrome, he's all grey. Sort of motions over to try and stop him, but dares not cross the threshold. He turns around and puts his hands up in a, huh? What can I do? Sort of way. But he can't speak.
What a poor guy.
The sweetheart's laughing on the ground and rolling on the ground inconsolably.
Oh, no, Candlefoot, do you have a spare ticket puncher? Maybe one of us could go in and stamp his ticket for you.
He feels in his pockets and pulls out a golden ticket puncher and hands it to you, and he's like motioning like, quick, to go in.
Well, I wouldn't want to stamp my own, and he holds his own ticket out for Candlefoot to stamp.
Alright. Yep. Candlefoot sort of takes the stamp puncher, punches all your tickets, and then hands it to you with a nod.
Thank you, dear friend. And then Flopsy kind of readies himself at the front of the Hall of Illusions, but he also kind of stops before walking in as well and gets a little bit nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, has anyone been through the Hall of Illusions before?
I have.
I have.
Well,
I don't recall.
Probably at some point.
would anyone prefer to go first?
Me! I want to go first. Well, Marielle, you can go first, but I'll go first after you. Marielle leads the way.
Alright, so I'm guessing you're all going into the Hall of Illusions.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. As you step foot into the Hall of Illusions, there are a few sort of sheets of curtains and things to push your way through until you get to a corridor with mirrored walls on either side. You step forward to cross the threshold, and as you look to the mirror, you see a toddler version of yourself in your reflection, teetering on your legs as though it's the first steps you've ever taken. As you look around at each other, you see each other. There's a little crowd of toddlers. And you step forward, and you still remain a toddler for a few steps, but you can see, slowly but surely, you're becoming a bit more sure-footed. And your facial structure's becoming a little less chubby. And you start to grow a bit taller as you progress through. You start to grow into yourself a little bit, and your arms become a bit ganglier, and your fur, if you have it, starts to become a bit thicker. Oswald, you see, you start to form a bit of muscle in your young teenage years. As you press on, you realise the further you get into this Hall of Illusions, the older your reflection becomes. You hit a fork. There's a wall in front of you, which is a mirror, and you see all of you staring back. A crowd of young teenagers, like 12, 13 years old. Holland, you remark on the fact that that wasn't that long ago, and you wonder what there is to come. You can either go left or right.
Why don't we split up and look for clues?
Well, that's a great idea, but there's only one ticket punch.
Oh yeah, that's the point.
Who should take it, and who wants to go where?
Lucky left.
Rookie right. No, that doesn't work, does it? Left it is.
So you all going left, or are you
I
splitting
will
into...
go left.
Yeah, right, okay. So we've got left Aelar, left Oswald. Are you all sticking together, or are you going to split into two teams?
Well, what about you, Holland? I wouldn't want to leave you on your own if you want to go to the right.
Yeah, why don't we go to the right? Let's make it interesting.
Are you coming with Felix?
It was me that said lucky left, darling, so...
Oh, that's right. I was agreeing with you.
Right, well, we'll see you on the other side.
I hope. Ooh!
Alright. You turn your backs on each other, and you press on through the corridors. There's a lot of twisting and turning. Can you each make intelligence checks? So we've got
Intelligence checks.
Flopsy and Holland on one team. It's checks. Right. So we've got 14 Aelar, 18 Holland, 8 Flopsy. Ooh, Felix 20. And Oswald
pending.
Ooh. Okay. Give me a hot second. You may speak whilst I'm calculating.
Whoa, this place is strange. Isn't it, Oswald, Felix, and Marielle?
It is, certainly.
So
It
what's so...
certainly lives up to its name.
That's true. What's so special about Mo?
He is, childhood friend.
Okay.
Oh. Interesting.
So, Aelar, Oswald, and Felix, you continue to navigate this maze of mirrors, and you see your reflections start to grow into adulthood. And then you start to mature into your features and gain a few wrinkles, Oswald and Felix, but, well, Oswald mainly, but Aelar, you remain pretty youthful for a while. And you press on and on. Make a perception check. Whoever's in the lead, whoever's in the front.
That'd be Marielle, but I'll take it for now.
It's Marielle. You keep walking, and you start to see signs of age. Oswald, you see it the clearest. It doesn't all happen at the exact same time, but there comes a point where you are staring into the elderly and frail faces of yourself at a dead end. Flopsy and Holland, make a perception check, please. Well, whoever's in the lead, again.
I think I would be.
I would say Holland's in the lead, yeah.
Okay.
Oosh.
Alright. Your reflections stay rather the same age for a while, and you conclude from that you've been going in circles for quite a while.
You know, Holland, I have never really thought about coming in here with you, but it is actually quite quaint being able to see, like, when I first met you.
Oh yeah. Wow, that feels like so long ago.
Yes, you never got to meet a young Flopsy, but I hope I've taken all of the good things from him and improved upon them with age. But it is quite nice seeing you quite small again, but I thought we were supposed to age up as we walked through. It seems as though we've been the same for a while now.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I don't know if it goes any older than what you already are, and I don't have that many years on me, so it would make sense that it would stop here.
Well, that does make quite a bit of sense, actually, yes, but it doesn't seem to be stopping. We've been walking for a while.
Oswald, Aelar, and Felix, you're quite taken aback by this image of you at the oldest you'll probably ever look. You take a moment to take that in. And as you're staring into the mirror, behind you, a face with a bluish tint to it, like grey, and a pig mask, appears in the mirror. Hair long, black and wet, mouth open, jaw tilted to the side, horrible rotten teeth. The jaw moves up and down as though it's breathing. And you turn around as you think it's behind you, and you see the halfling staring into a mirror far, far down the corridor, and she's in it, beckoning him. He's gazing into that mirror.
I'm gonna run up to him.
As you start running doof, 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 down the corridor, she sees you, and her beckoning hand sort of like flings away, and she disappears into the darkness of the mirror. The halfling sort of puts his hand on the glass.
You okay?
Did you see that?
Yeah, she didn't mean it. You stood outside of a magic box.
I didn't know what to do.
What do you mean?
He's like pointing in the mirror with a shaky hand.
Oh, no, that's just a little girl. She's probably lost. I mean, she must be if she's in the mirror.
But I couldn't stop looking at her. I couldn't stop listening to her. She asked me weird questions.
No. Well, you're not with her anymore. You're with me.
He looks like he's woke up from a nightmare, like his brain's all over the place.
I would like to sing an elven lullaby to calm him down.
Okay.
Can I roll performance?
You can indeed.
15.
Okay, sing it. Take it away.
Well, I'll be singing it in English. I'll be translating it for you. Don't you cry, little baby elf. You are an elf. You are a baby. You are scared. You woke up from nightmare. And now I'm here to look after you, baby elf. It rhymes better in Elven.
He's sort of shivering and shaking, and he does calm down, and he says, "Oh, I need to get out of here."
Well, that's all right. We'll help you out. Do I have the ticket stamp?
Yeah, you've got the. Oh no! Did Flopsy pass it to you? Yeah.
I didn't say that I passed it to you, but I was going to. So.
Alright. Well, it didn't happen.
DM's
then.
ruling.
it
didn't happen.
No, it didn't.
Flopsy still has the ticket stamp.
Right.
We'll get out here, but first, we've got to find Flopsy and Holland. They've got a ticket stamp, and of course, you need to get your ticket stamped. Apparently.
I just want to leave. And did you see my Rosie out there?
Was she the woman who was laughing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I was saying. That's, a wizard. Tasha the wizard. She made Tasha's hideous laughter. And obviously, if she's burst out laughing, that's not because she didn't like you, probably. I'm guessing. It's probably just because that's a magic box that probably makes people laugh at the worst of times. The hideous laughter. Tasha's hideous laughter.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Absolutely hideous.
I'm sorry, guys. He sort of looks at Oswald and Felix and sort of sniffs up his sleeve, like a trail of snot all over his sleeve. And he sort of extends his hand out to shake Felix's hand first.
Felix extends his hand in return and shakes his hand quite weakly.
He does the same with Oswald.
Oswald returns the handshake.
Nice. And he looks at Aelar and gives her a little bow curtsy sort of thing. He says, well, come on. And he just like awkwardly shuffles like in the whatever direction you were going to go in.
Would you like to hold Marielle to calm you down?
Sure. He
places the little chicken in his hands.
He holds her close. Felix, it reminds you of when you used to hold Mo close as well. And You start to walk through the hall. Flopsy and Holland. You've been circling around for some time now.
Are you sure we shouldn't go back the way?
I mean, it's only one corridor. We can't be getting lost. It's only
Well,
been a few minutes. We're fine.
Flopsy, roll a perception check. You turn and start to lead the way. Holland, roll a perception check.
We'll be getting out of here in no time.
No.
Holland's getting a bit frustrated now, and he's gonna fixate with a bit more determination. I'm gonna use my Tides of Chaos to roll again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
nice. So, as you've been walking, you start to notice that you are aging down as you walk. So you believe that Flopsy's leading you in the correct direction. However, after a certain step, you notice your reflection has stood still. And you've stepped forward, and on each wall, you can't see your own reflection. You turn round, and you've left it behind.
Is it Flopsy? Can you still see yours?
Can I still see my what? Sorry, I was so invested in finding the right route.
Flopsy, you turn around and you see that Holland is standing there, and on either side of him is not a reflection. In fact, the reflection's a couple of steps behind him, standing still.
Where's Flopsy's reflection?
Your reflection's perfectly fine. You've turned around and it's turned around with you.
What age is Holland's reflection walking back at?
Just a couple of steps ago. It's similar to Holland himself.
Okay.
Almost exactly the same, it's just slight changes. He's a bit older, you see.
That's quite peculiar. I don't think I've ever noticed that happening here before. Did this happen last time you came in?
I don't remember. I was like 9.
I suppose if we carry on walking, maybe your reflection will catch up. We can ask Candlefoot about it when we get out. I'm sure he may have come across this before.
Yeah, okay.
As you take a step forward, Holland, Flopsy, you're watching, and with perfect symmetry, each leg of Holland's reflection, of both of Holland's reflections, sidesteps out of the mirrors and into the corridor. They both stand there, like statues, breathing and staring ahead. These Hollands are look like they could be like 16 instead of 15.
Now, Holland, stand behind me for a second. Let's just swap places.
Okay.
Holland, as you progress forward, both bunnies stretch forward so that with their legs, they leap forwards, marching towards you.
Stop.
And they stop. They're both breathing.
With Flopsy in between Holland and the reflections, has anything happened to the reflections?
Nope.
Did you do something different, Holland? Something magical, or Did you step to the side?
I don't think so.
Well, your reflections seem to have stepped to the side.
Both reflections take a step forward. And another. And another. And they look angry. And they're chasing you. And they're running after you right now. Run! Run! Oswald, Aelar and Felix, make perception checks. And Flopsy and Holland make perception checks, I suppose.
Yay.
Oof.
Modern Felix.
Right, okay. Oswald sort of...
Flopsy grabs... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Oswald sort of like picks up his robes and like scurries along, like looking around, to sort of get out. But obviously, you know, who was it who mentioned finding Flopsy in Holland? Was it Aelar?
Yeah.
You're sort of looking around and everything like that, and you see a glimmer of 2 Hollands in a mirror somewhere. And Felix, you notice it and push past Oswald and just start running towards these. You don't like push him over or anything. You just sort of move past him and just start belting it towards these 2 Hollands that you've just seen. I don't know what you make of that, but there's 2. As you round the corner, you see them round another corner, and you catch the little Flopsy tail of little Flopsy running as well. 3 Hollands and a Flopsy.
And they're all running.
Yeah. So
what have I?
Sorry?
Am I catching up to? Am I catching up to them?
Yeah,
What?
you're currently running right now. Everybody else, you're sort of just on Felix's tail, if that makes sense. And Flopsy and Holland, Flopsy, you see your reflection aging down super, super quick. It's almost like you know this place, and you just suddenly kicks in that you're like, yes, I can get out. And you run, you beat against those heavy curtains, woof, you smell that fresh air, and you look back, and Holland's not out yet. Holland, you feel 2 hairy paws grab your shoulders and pull you down, and your head hits the floor, and you're knocked out.
Oosh.
Flopsy runs back in.
Take a d4 of damage. I'll just roll it. That's just 2. You crack your head on the floor, you're knocked out. Felix, you catch up, and you see Holland lying on the ground, knocked out. Aelar and Oswald and the halfling catch up too.
Holland. Oswald, you're a genius. You must have some way to help Holland.
Yeah, let's make a thing.
Flopsy, will you make a perception check, please? No, sorry, I'll say an intelligence with advantage because you've just gone through it. This is while Oswald thinks. Oh, nice, nat 20. So yeah, Oswald's sort of like scratching his chin. And Flopsy round the corner, and you see Holland on the floor, and Felix, Aelar, and Oswald standing there. Oswald's clearly trying to think.
I suppose I could cast a spell on you,
Yes.
he says to himself.
How do you administer this? And it's a touch spell.
How far roughly away is she?
Holland.
Hey, sorry.
Yeah. Just a couple of steps in front of you, because you've rounded the corner and Holland's just right there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run up and do a quick dive towards him. Jesus.
You dive towards him, and as you do, you sort of see the neckerchief rustle a little bit, and Skek pops out, and he's like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" And you lay hands on Holland, cast Lesser Restoration, and Holland, your eyes open, and you see Oswald's kind face above you. Skek's wide-eyed and crazy right now.
Oh, hey. What happened?
Don't make me do that again.
Oswald saved your life. He's the hero of the day. Everyone give it up for Oswald. Aelar starts clapping.
What? Holland looks around for the other versions of him.
Your reflection is perfectly normal. You are much younger than you are right now as well.
He looks at Flopsy for like almost confirmation that what just happened did happen.
I must apologise, Holland. I thought you were keeping pace. We never really seemed to be that far away in races and things like that. I genuinely thought you were behind me, but they must have caught you.
Yeah, it grabbed me.
Where did
they
it take you? Do you remember what happened?
We were just walking down the corridor, and then suddenly there was two me's chasing us, and one pulled me down, and then I was asleep.
I wonder where it took you.
Well, I don't want to wait in here anymore, says the halfling, and he runs out.
Wait, Marielle.
Oh, he drops Marielle on the way. Yeah, he's not going to run out with Marielle.
Well, I would say the first person we should speak to about this would be Candlefoot. Maybe something like this has happened before. Maybe it's all just part of the illusion. But it must have gone a bit wrong. I don't know.
Or maybe there's something going on here, surely. I'm very curious, and I'd like to maybe investigate it a little bit more. There's something odd going on.
Flopsy Holland, you should know. That little girl, the blue one with the pig mask, she was in the mirrors too.
They're all over the park.
Holland, we're not supposed to... Wait, she was in the mirrors? Was she in the corridor as well?
No, just in the mirrors. I think she might have been lost.
Well, I'd pay no mind to it. If any children are lost, I'm sure Durla will find them and get them back to where they should be. Isn't that right, Holland?
Mirrors.
Why?
Yes, well, that's precisely it, isn't it? Because if she's currently looking for her own child, then maybe she can't find just everyone.
And I don't think Durla does find everyone.
I don't think she does either. I think there's something at play here.
I think the first port of call would be Candlefoot, and we'll get all of this ironed out. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for it. I don't think there's going to be anything sinister or really scary at foot. This place has always just given me the heebie-jeebies towards the end, but I'm sure it's all part of the illusion. Right, Holland?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't sound too sure, darling.
I'm not. Those posts felt really real. I don't know.
What about you, Oswald? What do you think? Have you seen anything like this in those books of yours?
I'm afraid I have not. It's a bit freaky, to be honest. I was just expecting a bunch of mirrors.
Me too.
You all sort of stand and look around at all of your reflections. It does creep you out a little.
I just want Felix to really aggressively not, bang on one of the mirrors.
I think I would like to leave.
When you bang, it just sort of vibrates a little, and you look at your own reflection.
He does young. Like a little, you know, where you point two fingers at your eyes and then point at the reflection. Like, I'm watching you.
Alright, Oswald, are you skittering off?
Felix.
Yeah, Oswald's had enough. He's a bit creeped out.
Right, Oswald, you emerge first out of the tent after saying goodbye to your little toddler self, and you see that away from the mannequin of Tasha the wizard, the halfling's sort of hugging the girl. It seems that they've made up, thanks to Aelar's advice. And you see Candlefoot just sort of looking at them both like with a squinty expression, quite confused. And he turns around to look at you with a surprised face, and he puts his palms out like as though he's saying hi.
I wave back to him.
Pardon?
I wave back to him.
Yeah.
Flopsy emerges from the Hall of Illusions as well, and tries to meet Candlefoot's eyes.
He waves at you. He sort of looks confused, like points in the Hall of Illusions and puts his hands up like, what happened?
Well, something very strange has just happened inside your Hall of Illusions. Have you ever had reflections pop out of the mirrors before?
He makes a motion as though to like cut like his neck with it, you know, like with his palm of his hand, like as if to be like no, no, no. And then he like makes a cross sign with his hands and points at the door. You remember that he's never been in, and he will never go in there. He's too scared.
Have you ever had other guests mention anything like it? Have you heard about any of these things?
He shakes his head side to side.
And
then he puts a finger to his mouth. And then he makes like he like sucks his lips into his mouth and like tilts his head a bit as though like, can't talk about it. Can we?
Well, it seems like we all had a truly unique experience in there today. At least there's that to hold on to. No one's going to have the same day that we've had. Right, guys?
That's for sure.
Well, is there anywhere else that anyone would like to go? I think we've very much exhausted the Hall of Illusions. I don't think anybody would like a return trip in there, would they?
Candlefoot?
I would like a return trip in there, but I understand if everybody wants a little bit of a break. I really think that there's something worth investigating, and to just leave it is a little bit...
Well, I have an idea. If we want something peaceful and relaxing to wind ourselves down, and then Aelar runs over to the ring toss.
Or we could do the ring toss.
Glorious idea.
Candlefoot just sort of like shrugs, like okay, and you head on over to the ring toss. Okay, right. Let's have a look at this ring toss. Okay, there is a young female Harengon at this stall, and she's saying, "This Almirage is no mirage. Adorn its horn with 2 or 3 rings to win a prize." You see that there is a small wooden bunny rabbit with a unicorn's horn jumping around inside of a wooden sort of large wooden square area, like it's like a rabbit run. And you see that there's a couple of sort of guests trying to throw these golden rings as this bunny hops around. They want to try and get it onto the unicorn horn, which is on the top of its head. You see the guy who's playing, the guest who's playing, throws and it lands on, and she goes, "Well done, here's your prize!" And she gives him a replica unicorn horn filled with candy. And he stuffs it all into his face and laughs and walks away. With a thank you.
I approach. Can I have a turn?
Only if you think you're good enough.
What do you think, Marielle? Marielle thinks I'm good enough.
I think you're good enough too.
Well, then so do I.
Alright, well, here are your 3 rings. Make a dex check.
Okay. A dexterity check or a saving throw?
It says dexterity check. Why would it be a saving throw? Nothing bad's happening to you. Okay, you fling the ring, and it sails through the air, looking like it's about to land directly onto this rabbit's horn. But the rabbit disappears and pops out somewhere else. And it smiles at you.
Aelar smiles back at it. You cheeky little unicorn rabbit.
You've got 2 rings left. Again, it wiggles its little bunny butt at you, wee-hee-hee-hee, and disappears and plops out somewhere else, and your ring clatters on the wood.
Oh, it's just like you, Flopsy.
Well, if you had more rings, you could practice with my ear.
Ooh. Then a third time. 19.
Hey, I knew you could do it. And roll a d8, please.
Oh, okay. So it's slash R 1d8. 2.
Alright, okay. She reaches out onto a shelf and pulls from it a wooden wand. Ooh. She says, "I know it's really special. You can cast Prestidigitation with it 8 times.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I can already cast Prestidigitation. But that's still a very good prize. I could give it to someone.
Well, yeah, give it to someone as a gift. What about your friends? Do they want to try and play the Almirage ring toss?
Aelar turns around and nods at them all. As if to say, go on.
If you want to play the ring toss, then just throw 3 dex checks in there and we'll see if you get a prize.
Well, of course, Holland does.
Ooh, nice.
Dexterous boy.
I'll also try my luck.
Alright.
I'm going to have to step up to the plate.
Holland, you get it on your last turn. Flopsy, you get it on your first. So both roll d8s, and Felix and Oswald, if you want to have a go.
If I win twice, can I throw both at the same time and have them land on his horn?
You do only get 1 prize out of it, though, if you win. You just
That's
get
fair.
3 chances. Alright. Have you done your... Oswald, have you done your 3 dex checks?
Alright. We're doing well, we're doing.
Oh,
3 dex checks. Okay, Felix is going to get one as well. And... 3 dex checks, Declan.
yeah.
Right. Alright, everybody gets a prize! Yay! Okay, right.
Yay, you get a prize.
Wow, you're all so good! She's just handing out these prizes. Right, okay, here we go for the big old list of prizes. Okay, Flopsy, you receive a wand. The same wand what Aelar got, right? Holland, you receive a bottle of Witchlight wine. While the bottle is uncorked, so when you pop it open, It plays calliope music until the bottle is emptied of wine. Hey, nice. So that's your bottle of Witchlight wine, and it's real wine. Ooh.
To a child.
Oswald, you get handed a big old cone like a unicorn horn filled to the brim with the most delicious candy you've ever seen. And Felix, you have to just be special and different, don't you? Felix getting a 1 on this bloody table. Here we go. Right. Here's what you get. She pulls out a shoebox, gives it to you. You open it up. It's 2 toy soldiers. One of them has a missing head.
That'll go nicely in my collection.
You collect toy soldiers missing heads.
No, just collect weird things, I suppose.
Can I see your collection?
These are very special indeed.
I'm wearing most of it.
They belong to a couple of kids. They were really boisterous, as you can tell.
And why are they special then?
Because of their energy.
Energy. Is that it? They're great anyway. They're great. Maybe I can make them into earrings or something.
That would look nice.
Thank you, dearest.
All right. Okay. What's you're sort of standing around. She's like, well, you might as well try the outstare the Cyclops whilst you're here. It's just right next to me.
Oh, go on then. Aelar noses on up.
If you want to try and outstare the Cyclops. So basically there's a guy who's like, what do you do when the eye of the Cyclops falls upon you? You stare right back if you've got the stamina. And there's a Cyclops, an illusory Cyclops, sort of floating above the stall, staring down directly into your soul. Everybody make a con check if you want to outstare the Cyclops.
Oh shit, what have I done?
Whoa, jeez.
Didn't mean to do that. Go. Oh.
Your first one's a 14.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Well, I guess I try it that many times.
You're just staring and staring, and your eye starts like twitching.
What do we roll?
A Constitution check.
Okay.
All right. So Holland, Aelar. Flopsy's like, as soon as Flopsy starts looking, like Flopsy's like eyes just start watering immediately at the pressure of trying to keep up with this. Felix, you try for a little bit, you sort of notice Flopsy's eyes watering, and it just catches, and you're like, oh crap! But you manage to keep it up a bit. But
in his defense, he's also basically a Cyclops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically.
Yes.
But involuntarily. I mean, it's not voluntary to be a Cyclops anyway, but, you know, you get the point. It's not his genetics.
And Oswald, do you want to make a con check to outstare the Cyclops? Ooh, nice. Yes, you do. So everybody except Flopsy and everyone except Flopsy and Felix are gonna win the outstare the Cyclops. So yeah, its eye starts like weeping a little bit, and it blinks before all three of you, and you survive it. Now, everybody roll a d8. Prizes. Oh, Oswald's gonna get something cool. Okay.
Alright.
You get another wand, Aelar, from a different person. It's fate. Holland.
Oh my goodness. Patterns.
You've got 3 wands now.
Well, I have two.
Oh, yeah. Holland.
Would you like a third one? I could already cast Prestidigitation, so I don't really need this wand.
Yes, I mean, I can too, but yeah,
Oh, here you are.
I could start a collection like Felix.
Holland, you get a cuddly toy spider. And as you take it into your hand, you notice that when you sort of rub its fur, it feels like it comes alive a little bit, implying that if you stroke it, it comes alive a little bit. And you remember, obviously, you know that what these prizes do. It's Holland, you work here. It gives you the benefit of spider climb that lasts an hour.
That's perfect for Holland.
You can walk on walls for an hour if you stroke the spider.
Is it a
Now-
one-use thing?
Oswald. Yes, it's a one-use thing. Oswald. Now then, let's have a look at you. You're going to get some random crap. Let's have a look. Excuse me. I have to keep going to and from these pages. Right, okay. Oswald, you receive a paintbrush made entirely of ceramic. Even the bristles are ceramic.
Right.
Very stiff paintbrush. Kind of symbolic, really, if you think about Holland. So, yeah, you've run out of the Hall of Illusions. You've come over to the ring toss and the outstare the Cyclops and won a few prizes. Has it made you feel any better?
No.
No. I want to go back in the Hall of Illusions.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so what do you do?
Well, we're so close. Why don't we just go to the mystery mine?
Maybe the mystery mine will take our mysterious minds off of that mysterious House of Illusions.
Meanwhile... Holland? He points at the floor. I'd be quick if I were you.
Yes? Why, sir?
Here.
Oh, okay. Hello.
He looks at you. He looks at your scarf. And he says, Alright, out with him.
What do you mean, sir?
I'm not stupid, Holland.
I don't understand, sir. I'm sorry.
There could have been at least 2 times the production rate of joy in that snail racing. But no, someone had to skive off today. And I know he's hiding in your scarf.
Tap Holland on... No, actually, I send Holland a message and say, it's okay, he's invisible.
I truly haven't seen him all day, and I'll reach up to take off my scarf.
Roll a deception check with advantage.
I cast invisibility on it. Oh, he's lying, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. With advantage because he's invisible.
9.
He looks into the empty crevices of your scarf, and a flush of embarrassment comes over his face. And he says, Oh, I do apologise, Holland. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I'm just nervous. And he starts to wipe his sweaty brow with a handkerchief. He sort of looks around and he says, things aren't going right, Holland. It's bad enough that you were 15 seconds late and Skek isn't here, but... He sort of dabs himself and breathes a little bit and looks at his watch and he goes, "Oh, fuck," and he marches away. And as he marches away, you all sort of look around at each other and consider the strangeness of this carnival. And it touts itself as such a joyous place. You begin to wonder what dark things are really going on. And that's where we're going to call this session. Alright, so thank you for everybody who's been listening. And we have introduced a new player this session, and that's Hallie. Say hello.
Hello, I'm Hallie and I play Felix.
Yeah.
Oh, Planeswalker Genasi.
Planeswalker Genasi, indeed. Yep.
A mouthful.
So Felix will be popping in and out, so don't get too attached. I'm also going to shout out our biggest fan, Katie. Right, so see you next week, and the week after that we will be taking 2 weeks off and then resuming as normal every Monday, hopefully at 7 p.m. Alright. Alright, see you later everybody. Bye.
Bye, dear viewers. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, viewers.